Hey, welcome to Momentarily Speaking with me, Isha Anavaz. On this channel, we're going to focus on self care, nutrition, and mindset growth. We will feel well, move well, and live well on this channel. Let's build a stronger, more intentional us, one moment at a time. Thank you for watching.
Hey, did you have too much sugar last night? Or maybe you had too much carbs? Well, I did, and I want to talk to you about how the next day after Valentine's or the next day after you having some carb galore or candy galore or sugar galore day, what you're going to do the next day that has really helped me and I want to share with you. So if that interests you, stick around because I got something for you today. So my daughter came over yesterday because her boyfriend had to work. And she called me and she's like, Mom, I'm bringing my bestie over. So they both came over and we had a little Valentine's Day. And yeah, we had chocolate cake and Andes. And she made a pasta dish and we ate it with sardines. And so by the end of the night, I felt like, oh gosh, I ate a lot. So if you know me, if you're new here, let me just say, I'm not a sugar person, but when I have sugar, like I can tell, like I've had too much sugar. And yesterday, I had about this much of this cake. It's a little, bunt cake, but still, it was a lot. And then had Andes, and then the pasta. So it was a lot of stuff, but it was good conversation. It was a good time to, when your kids are in their 20s and they say, "Mom, I want to hang out with you." I'm in. I'm totally in. So it was really nice to have them over and just chill and have a good time. But today I got up, right? And the first thing that I think about is, okay, how do I get my health back after having so much sugar and carbs the previous day? Well, for the last 6 months, I've been able to practice more and more every day on how, on days like yesterday, Valentine's Day, I've been able to understand that it's not about feeling guilty, it's about resetting. So, my mindset right now is, how can I reset the day to start going towards my metabolic health, improving and not declining? The first thing that it's very important for me and I want to share with you is having, 20 ounces of water that has a pinch of salt. I didn't have any lemon today, so I cut a lime and I put a lime inside here. So I'll be drinking water with a pinch of salt for the rest of the day. Why do I do this? Well, basically, it replenishes your electrolytes and it also reduces water retention. So it's very important that the next day that you're aware of, okay, how do I balance my water retention? How do I balance my insulin, which is the next step? After you eat any type of food, a 10 to 15-minute walk actually immediately improves your insulin resistance and you become insulin sensitive. And when you start understanding that inflammation is key, is the very key factor that starts all of the plethora of diseases involved with a declining in your metabolic health. When you focus on insulin resistance and understanding it better, doing little things such as walking 10 to 15 minutes after you eat really starts becoming part of your habit, because you're not doing it for like, oh, I gotta exercise. You're doing it more for, okay, I just ate. How can I help my body regulate its insulin correctly? How can I become insulin sensitive? And then when you realize, okay, these are the little steps that I can take to reduce insulin resistance, then guess what? It actually works together with visceral fat, because visceral fat starts with inflammation, and inflammation starts with insulin resistance. So, when your body is insulin sensitive, you're reducing visceral fat from happening inside your body. So, all these things are connected. These little dots connect with each other. And I try to make it as simple as possible because I need simple. I know some people, may be very intelligent and they need all of the, scientific way of hearing how it works. But I have been able to just simplify it for myself. And it is that simple. Just want to encourage you to know that if you take a walk after you eat, you are actually helping your body release its insulin in a good way instead of becoming insulin resistant. So, good for us. So, for the rest of the day, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing on, for instance, I just had a boiled egg, um, and I have my yogurt ready here to go. I got some bananas and blueberries. So I'll be having a lot of yogurt and cottage cheese, um, which are high in protein, and but they don't have high saturated fat. So I'll be focusing on that. I'll be focusing on having broth with meat. So today I'll be doing a lot of broth and chicken. I also will be taking a couple of chickens and putting it in here with olive oil, a little bit of broth. And then on top of that, I'm going to be seasoning it with this sweet basil garlic and leaving it there for like, I usually leave it there for like an hour or so. And then I cook the chicken in a sauteed pan. And when the chicken is cooked, the chicken is tender and juicy, and what I do is I add frozen vegetables. So I add frozen vegetables to that, and it creates a meal that is perfect for protein and perfect for fiber intake, which is what we need. And so the next thing that I'll be doing tonight, I'll be going to bed earlier because how I eat throughout the day, how I drink my water, how I move is going to actually help if I go to the bed to bedtime early because it's going to reset my metabolic hormones during sleep. And that's very important. Resetting your metabolic hormones while you sleep is very important. So I have already taken my D3 and K2 and my zinc. I have a genetic component in my LDL biomarker, and I have lipoprotein little a. So um, during the day, I'm going to be making this drink, which is beets and cacao powder together. And what that does is it's going to help me clearing my arteries. So those are the things that I'll be doing today. So we're going to be drinking water with a pinch of salt and lime or lemon. We're going to be walking 10 to 15 minutes after eating. We're going to be eating high protein foods that are not high in saturated fats. We're going to be having chicken, salmon, broth, and we're going to be going to bed early. So I wanted to share that with you today. So remember, don't feel guilty about last night. Instead, reset your mind. Be thankful that you're alive. And you know what? You can start today. Love you. God bless. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.